Welcome back. Tonight we're going to be making my take on the jambalaya. What you're going to need is a tablespoon of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of thyme, you got 2 tablespoons of Creole seasoning, you're going to need a couple of bay leaves, 2 sprigs or stalks of celery, 1 bell pepper, 1 onion, 1 jalapeno, and 1 tomato, can of okra or fresh if you got it, 2 cups of rice. I'm using some hot sausage tonight. You're going to need about 2 cups of chicken broth. And then you're going to need some green onions. We're going to use that to dress it up at the end. But what I want to talk about is you can totally turn this into a vegan meal simply by changing that chicken broth out for vegetable stock and changing that sausage out for some tofu, which is pretty good either way, however you want to do it. And then the other thing is, the green onions I use, something my wife showed me. You take these green onions, and as long as you cut them off just below the green portion of this and stick them in some water, they'll regrow. And, it just saves you money in the long run. And anything that saves you money is a good thing to do these days. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start your rice in the rice cooker. Normally, you would cook it with it. I do it this way. I can put the rice in the rice cooker, go sit down for a few minutes, and toss this all together at the very end. In your rice, you guys got a good strainer, picked up at the Dollar Tree, $1.25, that you can pour your rice in and rinse it off to make sure you get it good and clean. Makes it a heck of a lot easier. The rice going, we're going to cut up these veggies. About time to sharpen this knife again. Probably by far the easiest hack I've seen online on how to cut these things up, because it's a pain in the butt, but I still like to keep the ends and use every bit of it. You ain't got to dice these up real fine or nothing like that. Just manageable pieces. About like a 1/2 to 1/4 inch. Take your celery. Always nip off most of that white. It's usually pretty bitter. Split them down the middle and give them a nice little chop. We'll do about the same with your onion. Of course, you're not going to use every bit of it. You can use most of it. And like I said, it ain't got to be 100% perfect, because you're going to cook her down anyways. It's good enough. A little. So big, we're only going to use one. Don't need to use more than one. Now you can leave most of those seeds in if you want it hotter. It tends to get to my ulcer when it's too hot. So we're going to go ahead and remove those seeds. I find using a spoon works quite nicely. You can take these, just like your peppers and onions. If you're not used to it, even if you are used to it, you don't want to get it in your eye, wear gloves, or immediately when you're done touching them with your bare hands, wash your hands off, because you don't want this in your eye or anywhere on your body, because some of it is pretty hot. Of course, our sausage, we're going to cut them in half long ways, and we're going to slice them up. just like so. Yay pieces. We're going to take that tomato and cut it up. We're not going to dice it because this is going to go right into our chopper. You normally use like crushed tomatoes or whatever, but I like using fresh food straight from the garden. Just toss them in your chopper and give them a few chops. Chop should be to about that consistency. We're just going to go ahead and set it aside until we're ready for it. We're going to get that skillet on about a medium high. We're going to get it up to temp. And while we're doing this, I want you to take that can of okra and I want you to open it up, put it in a colander, strainer, whatever you want to call it, and drain it off. So it can drain and get 90% of that water off before we get to our point here. And hit it with some oil. My glugger don't glug right no more. Might be time for a new one. Alright. Let that oil get the temp. Alright, now that we got that oil to heat, we're going to go ahead and add our sausage. And all we were going to do is brown the sausage off. Save that container because we're going to brown this and transfer it over to it. Should take like maybe 2 to 3 minutes to get these browned off. Usually a normal jambalaya is going to have, you know, your andouille sausage, your shrimp, and some chicken. But remember, we're cooking on a budget here, so we're doing some hot sausage. Okay, once you got these browned off pretty good, go ahead and transfer them back to the bowl. Go ahead and hit that pan with some more oil. There we go. You can glug it out now. Spread around. Get your minced garlic. Like always, as soon as that gets fragrant, we're going to add in the veggies we just diced up, minus the tomatoes. We're just going to do the bell pepper, the onion, celery, and jalapenos. You know, the Holy Trinity. Alright, and we're going to cook these until those veggies become a little soft. Be afraid on the way if you want to hit it with a little salt and pepper. Feel free to go right ahead. Yeah. Season up nice and good. Once your veggies have had time to soften up a bit, I want you to go ahead and add your tomato. And your 2 cups of broth or stock. Bay leaves, your thyme, and your Creole seasoning. Mix that up real good. You might do it just a little bit backwards, but I like to make sure that seasoning gets distributed evenly. Alright, once you get it like that, go ahead and grab your rice. Got plenty of time to cook in that cooker. Plus it's going to cook a little bit longer in here. Break it up. Get that mixed together real well. And remember, you can always add more season as we go on. More Creole, more salt, more pepper. Get it mixed up real nice. Get it all mixed up. Go ahead and hit it with a little more seasoning. You know, if you think it needs it, taste it, make sure. And then cover it up, let it simmer on like a low medium for about 15-20 minutes. All right, now let's cook for a bit. We're going to go ahead and add back our sausage. Get it all in there. And okra we had draining. Wish I would have had some fresh okra, but you know, can will do. Go ahead and mix that all up, and then let it cook for about another 5 minutes on that low, and you'll be ready to serve. And when you're all done, go ahead and plate it up. Hit it with your favorite hot sauce, a little green onion, There you go. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell for future notifications. And thanks for stopping by.